Hello, Lethbridge. Today I am joined with two very special guests, George Canyon and Aaron Pritchett. Aaron Pritchett has countless awards and nominations from the BC Country Music Association, CCMAs, and Junos, as well as 9 albums. George Canyon also has countless awards, including Juno Awards, CCMAs, and ECMAs, has been inducted into the Nova Scotia Country Music Hall of Fame, recorded 12 albums, and was recently awarded platinum for his debut album, One Good Friend. We're so happy that you could be here today. And I just wanted, for the people who haven't had the privilege to hear your music yet, can you just describe kind of your style of music and what you like to play?
I'll let George start that one.
Okay.
Well, I play a lot of hip hop and a lot of Celine Dion, and every now and again some Tina Turner because nothing says music like I do love Tina Turner's music.
I'm a dancer.
I don't think I've ever been asked that question. So, most importantly, I'm a husband and father of 3, and I think my music's indicative of who I am first and foremost as a family man. But both Aaron and I have had a 30-year career each, and to describe me musically is almost impossible. Other than I'm a huge fan of 80s rock songs, but I cannot sing them because when I open my mouth out comes country music. So it's just always the way it's been. I don't know. I love hockey. Yeah.
Woo!
True Canadian.
I'm the Calgary Flames anthem singer for those that don't know my music but might be hockey fans. Every Calgary Flames home game, that's me.
Okay.
That's the guy. Yeah, I grew up in rural British Columbia. Love coming to Alberta, obviously, to play. Some of the best country music fans around for sure. I'm a father of 3 sons, all older now, all in the music industry as well. Very happy about that. I listen to all kinds of numerous personal favorites of mine recently for music is a band called Carmana, who's from the West Coast, and listening to one called Wild Rivers, which is from Toronto, and they're sort of like alt country folk sort of based. It's pretty cool stuff. But I try and be diverse with my music, and I don't know. We've been in the industry for a long time, like George said, 30 years plus, and yeah, that's just sort of what I don't know how to do anything else. I think if I had to quit the music industry, or if the music industry decided that I shouldn't be in it anymore, I probably could pump gas because I'm really good at that. That's pretty much it.
You can always hit it right on the dollar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge hockey fan as well. So George and I have a lot in common, and I've seen him live singing the national anthem at the Calgary Flames games.
Did we lose?
No, you won that night.
We won that night. Vancouver's done better than Calgary this year.
So, being a performer, how have you adapted to this whole COVID situation?
Aaron?
Well, it's been it was tough at first. I was quite nervous and quite paranoid, really, to some respects, about what was going to be happening with the industry, and if this pandemic and COVID-19 coronavirus was actually going to be as scary as it turned out being. But what's great is that, yes, it was as scary as we thought it would be, or it seems to be still. But what we're doing is we're adapting and we're inventing. So things like this drive-in show coming up with George and myself, it's something that we hadn't really heard of before. Maybe the idea was passed around just in passing in conversation, but never actually a thought that would come to fruition. And being put in the place that we have been with coronavirus, we've had to adapt to current situations and become inventive. And what's happened is people like Jim Cressman, who's our agent, he's put together ideas like this, and you kind of just have to go with the flow and see what happens. But aside from that, I've been able to play for some Zoom conferences, for example, and little private small parties of 50 people or less at one point. But you just kind of adapt and kind of go with the flow and see what happens. And some things stick, some things don't. And as long as people are staying healthy and washing their hands and, wearing masks when needed and keeping their distance, then we're going to be okay.
I also saw that you were doing a few Instagram lives, and I saw a few when I was on my own personal Instagram. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Sure, yeah. It was really cool. So it was just happened one day. I'm like, hey, you know what? I should try this Instagram live thing, see how it goes. It was 15 minutes. Then the next day was 20 minutes. And the next day was a half an hour. And then the next day, it became an hour. And I invited guests on with me, and it just turned into this thing I called Quarantunes because we were quarantined. And what better way to still connect with your audience than just to get on Instagram and talk to them and let them know what you're doing, but also let them know what everybody else is doing, and then ask how they're doing. And I got to do that. So it was pretty fun, and something that I still will keep doing eventually, but I had to take a little bit of a break because it was just so much so fast. But it was a blast.
Yeah. What about you, George?
Oh yeah, I'm with Aaron. I'm not an Instagram guy that much. I'm more of a Facebook guy. But yeah, we did concerts every Sunday at 3 p.m. And that's like Aaron said. I think our first concert was like, I don't know, 20 minutes. Second concert, hour. Third concert, 2 hours. Just because it's not. I guess people that don't make music, they won't understand. For us, we play music no matter what. So I'll sit in here and I'll just start playing old Randy Travis songs. And Aaron and I have done that quite a bit together in dressing rooms. But it's in us, right? It's kind of in you. It's not something that you decide I'm gonna go to school and then I'm gonna have a career in music. I think it's kind of innate. So getting to make music is something you have to do almost every day, and then having an outlet like Facebook, Instagram, all these things to get to engage the fans and get to still make music. That was a vital part and still is a vital part for me. And I can speak as probably for you as well, Aaron. You have to do it. It's like, I have to have coffee in the morning. I have to make music. I can't get it out.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Yes, and you mentioned the performance that's coming up. So you'll be in Lethbridge on October 1st for two separate drive-in concerts. Do you want to tell me a little bit about what it's going to be like, how it's going to be different from the regular shows that people are used to?
People have to blow their horn to applaud. Is that how it works, Aaron? I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't seen it yet.
I do know that we're on stage people are in their cars and you don't have to worry about being cold because you can turn your heater on and you listen on your FM radio station. Is that like you would if you were going to a drive-in movie? I think is how it
I
works.
understand. Yeah, there's an FM dial on the dial.
Yeah, and it's going to be weird for us. I know Aaron agrees because we're used to having a PA, so you feel the crowd, you feel the music, you feel the energy. That's not going to really exist for us on stage. But to be honest, I think we're going to be so bloody excited just to get to play for people live. That will be enough excitement for me.
Yeah, with our bands too. This is my first. It must be yours too. My first full band gig since February.
Yeah, dude, this is my first gig. I haven't played anywhere yet. I haven't done no, I haven't played anywhere. I haven't done private stuff. I've only done staring down that lens right there. Nobody talking back to me.
Well, I've had the luxury of playing a couple of gigs with my bass player Shane Hendrickson, but also added a guitar player Kirby Barber. Sorry. So I've been able to have a couple of musicians with me, but they've been acoustic. They haven't been the full band where drums are going in the back and there's a bunch of noise in your ears. And on a big stage. So like George said, we're going to be playing to vehicles, people in their vehicles, and all we'll hear is the honking and sort of in the distance because we wear in-ear buds. But I guess they will be warm and we'll be freezing, potentially.
We won't be jumping, like physically jumping on cars' hoods.
No. Wouldn't you love to be able to do that?
Oh my gosh, that'd be fun, but you'd have a lot of auto body bills.
Yeah. Probably. So you're excited to get back out performing in front of the live audience, even though if it's a little bit different. What's the best part about playing in front of the live audience for you?
Everything. It's from the beginning. I mean, you walk on stage and just the electricity that comes at you from an audience, and And then as the night goes on and they're singing along to your songs, and you know, there's, no matter what, every show is kind of different, but every show is the same, where people are singing your songs, whether you've written them or just recorded them and they've been hits. And that's kind of, you know, when I was 14 and watching Barney Bentall on a stage in Vancouver, going, man, I want to be that guy. And then, you know, you get to be that guy, and it's pretty crazy. So whether they're sitting in cars, whether they could be sitting on yoga mats for all I care, you know, as long as there's a crowd there and enjoying what we're doing and sing along, that's so much energy for me to perform. And there could be 4 people there, or there could be 400 people there. It doesn't really matter either way. So yeah.
And Aaron and I can both attest to playing in clubs or pubs when there was nobody there except for a waitress and a bartender. So having people in a crowd is a big deal right from the get-go.
Yeah. And like I said, it could just be the staff that's working that night at the bars, and literally, you know, maybe
Play.
2 people that are patrons. One of them's passed out and the other one's my mom. So you still got to entertain them.
And she's booing. What the heck?
So true.
So since this is going to be a drive-in style, do you have any favorite memories from going into the drive-in? I know I went to one when I used to live out on Prince Edward Island, and I just remember like it was a fun family experience, and you got like the popcorn.
Yeah.
And, yeah, for 5 years I did.
Oh, where from?
I'm originally from Saskatchewan. We moved to PEI. I lived in Cornwall,
Oh,
and then we
Cornwall.
moved out here. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I grew up in Pictou County in Nova Scotia, and the drive-in was the deal for us with us kids with mom and dad on the weekends. You jammed into the back of whatever they were driving, Lada, it didn't matter, and the drive-in was. I'm sure Aaron's probably the same for you. It was just, it was freaking awesome. It was getting to watch movies like that, Jaws and Star Wars, and oh man, it was the best. But that was back when you had a speaker that you clipped on the side of your window, so all the mosquitoes and black flies could get in. Fantastic memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine was my first date with my ex-wife was at a drive-in.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I went to a movie. I think we went and saw Ghost. Remember the Patrick Swayze, Demi Moore? Oh,
Yeah, there, she was massaging the.
oh my love. Yeah, she's working on the clay.
That was a sad movie, man.
That was a sad movie, but it was a good ending for me. Not that way.
My virginity. I
Earmuffs.
don't know anything about it. Yeah, drive-ins are special, and you know what? We want to encourage families to come to the concert. 100%. This is not an adult-only show. We're going to have a lot of fun, and it's a memory for kids. You know, that's the one thing I heard somebody say when it comes to buying kids Christmas gifts. What's the greatest gift you've ever received? And it's an experience. It's memories. It's something that sticks with you. And this may be something that never happens again. Once we all get through COVID, we may not be back to doing drive-in concerts ever again. So bring the families. Let your kids experience this, and it'll be something they'll talk about the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm. For sure. So have you two been to Lethbridge before at all?
Yeah.
Million times.
Yeah. There's been lots of obviously different shows that we played in the area. Played the around the casino. I think we did the casino parking lot one time. Talking about parking lot parties. But yeah, I played.
Do you remember that bar, Aaron? Back in the early '90s, I think it was by the railroad tracks.
Ralph's?
What was that called?
Ralph's?
Ralph?
Wasn't Ralph's there?
It changed names a bunch, but that's where it used to be a tour stop, you know, when we were touring in the '90s. It was a tour stop that you would be on for a week.
Average Joe's was where we played last.
Average Joe's, we normally go and play there, yeah, and all the people, all the fans come out. It's fantastic. We have a lot.
They cut off that wall in the back.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun getting to play there. I just can't remember the name of that. That's 1991, I think, or 92.
Before my time.
Before your time. Nice try, buddy. You're my age.
Yeah, I'm older than you.
My age, 25.
25 and change.
Oh.
Yeah. So since you're talking to Tourism Lethbridge, do you have any favorite spots to go when you do come to Lethbridge? Like any attractions that you particularly like, or even just walking in the coulees?
George?
I enjoy kite flying. Lethbridge has got some really good kite flying. It's always windy. Um,
Always windy.
I don't live very far from Lethbridge, so for me, I probably take for granted a lot of the things I get to see, but just every part of Lethbridge. I mean, my wife went to school there. She went to college there, so it's always been even more of a special place for me. So,
I went golfing last time I was there. I can't remember the golf course name, but it was beautiful. The only thing was trying to put up with that wind.
yeah,
Was it Paradise Canyons?
Yeah, I think it was actually.
yeah, play the wind, baby. Play the wind.
Play into the wind.
Play the wind.
Just helps you practice your swing more.
That's right. It's challenging.
Yes. So do you have any questions for me since you're coming to Lethbridge? Do you want to know anything to do that you might have overlooked, or even just a really good selfie spot?
A what spot?
Selfie spot?
Oh, a selfie spot.
Yeah.
My girlfriend calls them ussies because she always takes pictures of us, not herself. So any good ussie spots, I'd love to see. Yeah, absolutely. Where, what would you suggest? I mean, I know coming into town right behind you, for example, there's a trestle, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So that is a really popular one, is going down into the coulees with the trestle bridge, which is the longest and highest in the world. So that's kind of our landmark. What everyone knows Lethbridge as is this bridge right here. Okay. So that is one of the really great selfie spots, but also the Scenic Park Dog Run. It's an off-leash dog park, but it's also great for people just to go and walk, and you can get some amazing views of the coulees. So that's always one nice to go check out. It's a little bit quieter. If you like dogs, there's always dogs there, and you can get some really nice photos of the coulees with the university in the background as well.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. I love Lethbridge. It's always fun coming there.
It is.
Yeah. It's good to hear.
Yeah.
And then for our last question, do you have anything else exciting happening this year, or any plans for maybe once COVID starts to settle down?
George?
Well, I'm working on a children's TV show, which is all I've been engaged in for the last 5 months, 6 months. So I've been writing kids songs like crazy. Aaron, I can't wait to play Aaron a few.
Yeah.
Yeah, writing a kid's song is a whole different animal, but and who knows? I actually might play the fart song at the drive-in Lethbridge show for kids there. And Aaron, you will be my official farter.
I will.
A lot of pressure. It's a lot of pressure, and of course, you don't make a real fart sound because that's. Although we will be out, outside. Don't do it.
Is that EUR?
A farter. FARTEUR. Yes, it's a French word. A person who farts. I don't think it is. No, that's for me. That's what we've been working on. It actually is the first time I've ever done this, and it's a big undertaking with a production company out of Toronto and Alberta, and it just went into CBC. So now we're waiting to see if it gets greenlit for next year. But it's exciting. It's hard to describe, but it depends who I'm talking with when I describe it, because for Aaron and I, we grew up on Mr. Dress Up and The Friendly Giant and that sort of stuff. And that's sort of what they approached me with as a cowboy host, and kind of like a Mr. Dress Up. Although I'm not Mr. Dress Up. That's what I'm working on. What about you, Aaron?
Well, the rest of my year is pretty quiet. I mean, everything that we had booked for this year is rebooked for next year, for the most part. These shows, like in Lethbridge coming up, are new ads this year within the last month, maybe. Yeah. And so other than that, no. And the rest of the month, I've just actually read for a role in a TV show, the Mighty Ducks TV show. But nice. Not that I'll get the part, but if I do, I'll be busy most of October, which is kind of cool. So other than that, you got to diversify. I've invested in a few different things here and there, and a part of the building process in those investments. So other than that, looking forward to getting these shows underway. We now have another show October 24th that was just booked, so we could have later October and early November booked up.
I hope we have heaters, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be chilly.
I'm all about it. I'm
Yeah,
all
me too. I'm good. I'll wear a parka. I'm good.
freeze me as long as we're playing. I don't care.
Yeah. Well, we're super excited to have both of you coming to Lethbridge on October 1st to play this drive-in concert for us over at the Enmax Center. And everyone should go get tickets. It's by the car, so you can bring your whole family.
So you can jam the kids in there, like,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
we,
It'll be great.
it's hilarious. Yeah.
So much fun. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. It's gonna be good.
Thanks so
Good
much.
time.
Yeah, it was great talking to you.
You too.
You
Take
too.
care.
Yeah.
See you in
Bye.
Lethbridge soon.